Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Guns and Guitars, and today I have a really cool video for you. This is a video that you guys have requested after watching my video on the best budget weapon lights that you can get for less than $50. You guys wanted to see the best budget red dot optics you can get for less than $50. So, after lots of research and testing, making sure that these things can hold up to the recoil of large caliber rifles and shotguns, I've narrowed it down to a list of 3 budget red dots that come in at less than $50. As always, there are Amazon affiliate links in the description if you want to read up on the reviews or purchase one of these red dot sights. Now, without further ado, I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars, let's get started. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the least expensive option on my list. This is the Tacticon Armament Predator V1 red dot sight. It's actually a red dot and green dot combo sight. The sight is waterproof and fog-proof and comes with a lifetime warranty, which, if you do read the reviews on this optic, you will see that Tacticon Armament really stands behind their products. Another cool feature about this sight is that it comes with flip-up lens covers, and these lens covers do hold really tight and they flip up very easily with a flick of your thumb. It's obvious to me that this sight is designed for the AR platform, so whether you're shooting an AR-15, AR-10, or in this case, an AR-12, it is designed to co-witness perfectly with your sights. Now, co-witness perfectly, I wouldn't necessarily say perfect, but I will say it co-witnesses good enough to get the job done. With the one that I have, my backup sights sit a little bit low and a little bit to the left. Now, this isn't necessarily a problem because I can still look through the sight just fine and use my iron sights without any issue should my battery go dead or the sight break. Still though, at $39, this is an absolute steal, and as you can see, it holds up to the recoil of 12 gauge no problem. Once I had it zeroed in, I was able to hit clays out of the sky, pumpkins out of the sky, and hats out of the sky, and of course all 3 on the ground, which, is important too. And after shooting about 250 rounds of birdshot, buckshot, and slugs, this sight maintained perfect function and perfect zero. All in all, this is a really excellent value sight. Like I said, the only issue I had was the co-witness wasn't absolutely perfect, but that's being extremely picky, especially at this price point. Okay, next on the list, coming in at just $3 more than the last one, for $42, you can get this Truglo 30mm dual color dot sight. So like the Tacticon sight, it does have both red and green dot settings, and the green dot setting is excellent if you are shooting in broad daylight as it's much more visible than the red dot. This one is also waterproof and fog-proof, but it's also shock resistant and features a special anti-glare coating on the lens. But perhaps the best part about this optic is the nice wide 30mm field of view. This makes it an excellent candidate for scout-style rifles or, like in this case, an AK-47, where the mounting rail is further away from your eye way up on the handguard. Being that the optic is mounted further away than desirable from the eye, having a nice wide field of view means less obstruction of your target. Unlike the Tacticon Armament sight, this sight is not necessarily designed specifically for the AR platform, so it has a nice low-profile mount. If you want this to co-witness with AR-style sights, you will need to get a riser, and I've put links in the description to some UTG risers that are awesome. Because this sight has such a large field of view, I suspect the smallest riser would be perfect for co-witnessing with AR-style sights. However, if you do prefer a lower third co-witness, you might want to consider getting the medium-sized riser. And as you've been watching this whole time, with this optic, I can hit birds out of the sky all day on my AK-47 style 12 gauge, and of course it holds up to the recoil of birdshot, buckshot, and slugs just fine. If I had to pick one downside about this red dot sight, it'd have to be the flip-up lens covers. It's just easier to pull them off than it is to flip them up. So I just use them as regular lens covers and call it good. At $42, I'm really not going to complain about that. Okay, and last on the list is the Bushnell Trophy TRS-25 red dot sight. Now this one currently goes for $52 on Amazon, but the majority of the year it goes for $46. The price is just a little bit artificially high right now because of the holiday season. Now this Bushnell sight is the most expensive one on the list, but it's obvious why. Not only is Bushnell a reputable manufacturer, but they've really made a name for themselves making high quality optics and having excellent customer service. Now this optic is also the smallest on the list, but it is actually the heaviest. That's because it has really overbuilt construction. Firstly, it's loaded with lenses that feature their amber bright coating. This means that it's not only anti-glare, but also scratch resistant and will help you quickly distinguish between a brown tree and a brown critter even in low light conditions. It's also overbuilt to be waterproof, fog-proof, shock-proof, and has a dry nitrogen-filled housing to prevent corrosion. Now, like I said before, this is the smallest optic on the list with just a 25mm field of view, so make sure the rifle that you're going to mount this on is one that you can get up close to your eye. As you can see, I have this mounted on my AR-15 pistol build, and with a medium riser from UTG, I can get this thing right up next to my eye for super fast target acquisition, and it co-witnesses perfectly with my backup sights. And when I say co-witnesses perfectly, I mean perfectly. If you plan to mount this on the AR-15 platform, I highly recommend the medium riser mount from UTG, or if you have a fixed front sight post and you prefer a lower third co-witness, choose the high riser mount. Now, in addition to being mounted on my AR-15, I've mounted this on several 12-gauge shotguns as well, so I do know that it will hold up to the recoil of birdshot, buckshot, magnum buckshot, and slugs without any issues. Now, if I had to choose one downside to this sight, it would have to be that it doesn't come with a red and green dot option like the other two. The red dot just doesn't show up nearly as bright as a green dot in full daylight. Now, that being said, I still can see the dot just fine, it's just not quite as bright as I would like it, especially after shooting it back to back with my green dots. But again, when you're looking at the price for around $46 to $52, you can get a really solid overbuilt red dot sight that can handle just about anything you can throw at it. If you've enjoyed watching this video, then you'll probably enjoy my video on the best budget weapon lights for less than $50. So be sure to check that out and subscribe if you'd like to see a full video review of that Panzer AR-12 coming next week. I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars, and I will see you in the next video.